Yeah, hi POE students. This is your utility bill part 3. On this, make sure you put your Gmail address for number 1. Information here about natural gas. Okay, this is what's used for heating most of your houses are heated with natural gas. Your furnace runs on natural gas. Okay, natural gas is also called methane. It's a simple carbon compound that contains 4 hydrogen atoms and 1 carbon atom. So its formula is CH4. This is what it looks like if we just draw it on a piece of paper. This is more of a 3-dimensional drawing of the same thing. And this would be a combustion reaction. Combustion just means that it burns. So you've got the methane gas combines with oxygen. You need oxygen in order to burn. And then, of course, your product is energy, but heat energy, but you also get byproducts, which are water and carbon dioxide. So this is what the chemical equation looks like. The same thing that I just talked about. You've got methane gas combining with oxygen gas to produce carbon dioxide and water. And then, of course, you also have heat that's produced from that. Number 2, how many hydrogen atoms are in 1 molecule of methane? This is right here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogens for every 1 carbon. A little bit of reading material. Methane gas, highly flammable. It's actually a pretty low pollutant for a petrochemical. It's used for heating homes. Nearly half the energy used for cooking and heating is natural gas. Natural gas is measured by volume, which we're going to see here in a second on the heating bill. But it's sold by the amount of energy that it contains. Okay. So the volume unit for it is 100 cubic feet, also called a CCF or centum cubic foot. Century is 100, so centum is 100 cubic feet, or a CCF. The amount of energy is measured in a therm. Okay, and 1 therm, this is a unit that you're going to need to know, is a therm is equal to 29.3 kilowatt hours. So you remember from our electric bill, we were using kilowatt hours. So we can compare the amount of energy from natural gas to the amount of energy in electricity by using kilowatt hours. So this is going to be our common unit that we're going to use when we compare natural gas, how much energy is produced by natural gas, compared to how much energy is produced in electricity. Okay. Let's go on to the questions. Number 20. How much energy is in 1 therm of natural gas? Okay. So 1 therm, this is what we just got done reading up here. A therm is an amount of energy of 29.3 kilowatt hours. Okay, so 1 therm is 29.3 kilowatt hours. The natural gas energy bill, this is a natural gas energy bill of the same 3-bedroom house that we did in the previous heating bill with the electricity. So this is the same house in St. Paul. And it's the same dates and just different information, basic description of the gas charges in this case, not electric charges, but gas charges, what you get charged for. And then here you've got how much the costs are. You've got some information up here as far as how much was used, as well as up here the readings, the actual readings on the meter and the usage. So number 4, how much gas was used by the house? And pay attention to the units always when you're doing these types of problems. You've got the units here is centum cubic feet, And we've got the units up here, centum cubic feet of 301. Okay. Number 22, how much energy was in 1 centum cubic feet of the natural gas delivered? And here we have our units is therms. Okay. So our conversion here is this. Oops, this right here. Okay. So 1.0295. 1.0295. So it's not an exact 1-to-1 ratio between centum cubic feet and therms. Okay, this is where in the reading it says, your the exact amount of energy in 1 CCF of natural gas depends on the actual chemicals. So the amount of energy is a little bit more than a 1-to-1 ratio here between centum cubic feet and therms. So the amount of energy, this is pretty good natural gas, so it's a little bit more than 1-to-1 ratio. The total charge for the natural gas is just exactly the way it was for the other one. You just look at your total charge, and this is in dollars. Total natural gas bill per day. I'm going to let you guys figure that one out. You've got your total bill is 226.63, and you're given it up here at the top for 35 days. You can figure out your cost per day. That's cost divided by number of days. Number 8, how much energy in kilowatt hours did the natural gas provide for the house? It's number 25. So kilowatt hours. Remember, come on the top here for your reading, 29.3 kilowatt hours in 1 therm. So we know from the graph here it's 310 therms. So I need to do a conversion here. Excuse me. 310 therms. Our conversion is for every 1 therm, there's 29.3 kilowatt hours. Therms cancel out, and we get 310 times 29.3. 310 times 29.3 gives us 9,083. Oops, sorry about that. I'm going into the wrong answer there. $9,083. So 310 therms is equal to 9,083 kilowatt hours. What is the cost of the natural gas per kilowatt hour? Okay, so again, we have our total cost was 226.63 right here. Per kilowatt hour, we just figured out it's 9,083 kilowatt hours. .63 divided by how do we get a decimal point in there? 0.83. There we go. I thought that looked like a big number. So it looks like 0.025. 0.02. We'll round it off to 0.025. So about, well, between 2 and 3 cents per kilowatt hour. So this is interesting. This is our cost per kilowatt hour. And the next question says, explain the energy uses in electricity compared to the energy uses in natural gas. So this bill is our natural gas bill, okay, that we're just looking at. The previous bill was an electricity bill. So if we compare this number here, 0.025, or about 2 cents per kilowatt hour, we can go back to our utility bill number 2. Utility bill number 2, and here it is right here. The cost per kilowatt hour for electricity was 13 cents per kilowatt hour. So the comparison between the two, 13 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity, 13 cents, compared to natural gas was 0.025. Okay. Explain your answer. I'm seeing more electrical energy, less electrical energy was used than natural gas, okay, than the gas energy. So actually, I'm comparing the wrong thing here. Let's go back to the gas energy. So we had 9,083, excuse me, kilowatt hours here, and part 2, kilowatt hours. How much electric energy was used? 958. So this is what we're comparing, not the cost, but how much was used. So 958 kilowatt hours was used for the electricity, and 9,083 was used for the natural gas. This one here. So less electric energy was used in natural gas. Email me if you have questions. Good luck on this, BOE students.